Hi, how you're doing? Welcome back to Where Rangers Walk. It's 20 minutes of QPR. Hi, welcome back to Where Rangers Walk. Hope you are all well. Well, what a point that was at Turf Moor. Burnley 0, QPR 0, and we're running our roughshod over all that and the fallout from it with Jawad and Michael. Coming up, we're talking about pace up front and just what needs to be done to change the amount of goals we're scoring. Was that Varane's best performance at Burnley? Looking ahead to Sunderland this weekend and getting our vote for the October Player of the Month from both Jawad and Michael, and drop yours below as well. We're also talking about nightmares at Loftus Road as well. Welcome back, Jawad. Welcome back, Michael. How are you?
Yeah, good. Thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I would imagine you were a lot better than last week when we spoke, I'd imagine, would you?
Yeah, a little bit better.
Yeah.
So it's been an interesting week for QPR, Jawad. What have we learnt about them 7 days on from the very difficult show last week?
I think they've bounced back well from that performance against Portsmouth. The Coventry game was one that could have gone either way. I think it was two poor teams, or two teams lacking in confidence, and I think Coventry showed at the weekend how good they can be when they're at it. And I think what we've learned about QPR is that they've got to get it right defensively, and when you've got Clark Salter and Cook playing together fit, it makes a hell of a difference. When you've got Jimmy Dunn at right back, it makes a massive difference too. And I think we've also, after yesterday, I think we've learned that there's clearly something going on behind the scenes, because to bring on a couple of teenagers ahead of your £3 million signing in midfield yesterday, it just speaks that Marti maybe isn't happy with the signings that were made. And it was a bit of a statement yesterday, I felt, that actually, look, I'm bringing on a 17-year-old Australian kid that was signed not for the first team ahead of your £3 million signing. So yeah, I think it's one to watch over the coming weeks.
Okay. We'll get into the great defensive display in a second, Michael, but I want to catch your view on the comments made about Sella up front. Whitney says, I think Jan Sella needs to be played along a pacey striker to get the best out of him. He's technically good, but too slow to play up front on his own. And Craig echoes that by saying, my grandmother has more movement than Zan. Sorry, Whitey, sorry, not Whitney. Has Whitey got a point here that he actually would benefit from playing alongside a pacey striker?
I mean, I feel like it would help to have anything kind of going on up top with him. I do think his movement off the ball isn't great. Smith against Coventry put in a good ball across the face of goal, and Sellers should have been there to react. He wasn't, and I feel like that is something that needs to work on. He needs to be in those spaces, and he needs to be the first one on the ball. But he definitely would benefit someone a little bit quicker. It's a shame that we don't really have any other options up top really at the moment. But yeah, I feel like he might, if he scores, I think he'll start coming into his own. But he needs that goal. It needs to be soon.
If it makes you feel any better, we've had very similar conversations this week with Bristol City fans about Sinclair Armstrong. They are incredibly frustrated with his work rate. So if that makes you feel any better whatsoever. Let's focus on the positives, though, this week, shall we, Jawad? Because there were lots. Here's what lots of people had to say. Captain Mayor says, first clean sheet of the season and a point against one of the best sides in the league. I'll take that all day long. Dean says, we've finally gone back to last season, being a team that's hard to beat again, and we kept a clean sheet. The goals and results will come. Chair, Sato, Dembele and Frey are more than capable of scoring. And Andy says that defence gives us something to build on. Jake Clark-Salter and Chair were pivotal. Best performance from Varane so far. Need to get the midfield scoring to turn draws into wins. Well done to all. Varane, was that his best performance so far for you?
Yeah, I think in hindsight, it looks like the red card against Blackburn was the best thing that could have happened to him, because they gave him 3 games out of the firing line, and he kind of probably got quite a strong watching brief about what he needs to do when he comes back in. I thought against Coventry he was excellent. I thought again yesterday he was excellent. I think he's he's showing what we expected him to show when we signed him. It was a long chase to sign him, and the first couple of games weren't that promising. But I think that red card and that little break just to watch has given him the chance to kind of come in. And I think a couple of weeks ago we were saying how much we actually missed Colback, and I think if Colback's fit now, I don't think he gets straight into that midfield, because I think Field is a better player for having someone like Varane next to him as well. And I think we can talk about Cook and Clark-Salt, but actually having that player in the middle, someone strong, someone technically good, has made a massive difference over these last two games.
Do you agree, Michael?
Yeah, I think Varane has shown that he's our best passer on the ball. He can change what side we're attacking straight away. The only thing that lets him down, I think, is his touch. But it's something that is going to only improve as the season goes on.
Okay. All right, let's talk about Cook then, shall we? Man of the match performance for you, Michael?
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, him and Clark-Salt are our best two defenders, and that's without a doubt. When they play together, we're a difficult side to beat. And Cook has shown that why he's our captain. I think he held the line well. We got peppered. We had a lot of shots against us, but I felt like ultimately we didn't let our heads drop, and we just carried on defending for our lives, really. But yeah, I think deserved the man of the match.
Jawad, you realise that the whole country disliked QPR, don't you? The number of accumulators that went down on Saturday, including my own, for quite a bit of money because of your boys and your backline performance. So yes, QPR, well done, but not my favourite team at all this weekend. Thousands of pounds have lost.
Really?
Across the country.
I think you were probably more mad to back Burnley the way that they're playing, because I thought they were absolutely dire. They were so slow and didn't really create many clear chances. I don't remember Nardi making a really tough save or anything. But
yeah.
I actually fancied us to get a point yesterday. Yeah.
Did you? Okay. Yeah. Sorry, Marty. I will never go against you again. Promise. All right, then let's move on from Burnley, shall we talk about Sunderland? It doesn't get any easier, does it, Jawad?
No. And I seem to kind of have in my head that our record against them is pretty bad at home as well.
Absolutely,
too many victories against them.
Absolutely. Going to bring it up here. You have not won since 2018 against Sunderland. They've won the last two at Loftus Road as well, including a 3-1 win there last year.
I think last season, I can't remember exactly, but I'm sure we took the lead maybe, and then Jack Colback got sent off.
It was an early
losing, quite an early red card, and Ainsworth got quite a lot of stick back then. But actually, to play against 10 men against the side that had people like Jack Clark, a quick young side. I thought that could have been a different story if we had Colback. But it's a hard game. But I think when you look at the fact that we've taken 5 points from the 3 relegated teams and only 4 points from the other games that we've played, they do seem to be playing better against the sides that are stronger. I think the fact that they are top, it gives us something to kind of shoot at really at the weekend. I think it'll be a really good game actually.
Absolutely, yeah. Sunderland fans remembered Dieng scoring for you against them in that in one particular game. Michael, you'd take a draw now, presumably, I'd imagine?
I would. But I do think we play better against teams who are more attacking. And when we go on the counter, I think we have a scary attack. I think we have got pace in Dembele and Smith. And obviously Smith hit the bar against Burnley, so he's finding his feet, I think, a little bit more. I'd take a draw. You'd be stupid not to, I think. But I could see us perhaps nicking it as well. I think if our defence is as good as it was on Saturday.
Okay.
Don't want to tempt fate, but
no. I mean, strange things have happened, haven't they? Absolutely. Okay, give us your predictions for then QPR and Sunderland in the comments. Well, we're after October Player of the Month now, though. It's a tough one, this one. But Michael, who springs to mind?
Nardi. I think I said him for September as well.
You
But,
did.
he's been the difference in the games, and he's gave us hope. I think he's been the player of the month.
Okay, Jawad.
I can't really argue with that. Steve Cook played well against Coventry, I thought, and against Burnley at the weekend. I think Kieran Morgan's come in, obviously scored last week as well. But I think Nardi's been the one since the first game of the season, really, that's been consistent. Hopefully next month we have a bit more choice.
Fingers crossed. Yes, it's just going to be Nardi every single month, isn't it? All right, brilliant. Quick one for you. Loftus Road Nightmares, Halloween this week. Jawad, what's the worst result you can remember at Loftus Road? Time visiting.
Losing 6-0 at home to Newcastle. That was a bad one. Okay. Losing 6-0 at home is not good. Pretty much anything from the last two seasons. There's been some shockers. Blackburn, I think Blackburn last year was 4-0, and there were so many games that I left on 70 minutes because we were 3 or 4-0 down and offered absolutely nothing.
Okay. Michael?
Yeah, I have to agree. I think it's 6-0, especially because I went with my mate. He's a Newcastle fan.
Same here. Yeah.
I didn't have, yeah. But yeah, that was.
We made John Joe Shelby, I think it was, look like prime Stephen Gerrard that day.
Okay, and finally then, which three teams would you love to see the back of if you could? We're talking evil stuff this week, so we're going to give you the power to get rid of any three teams from the Championship to League One. No one said QPR yet. We are halfway through our kind of conversation, so you are okay. Presumably, we haven't spoken to Millwall or Watford yet, but who would you like to see the back of, Jawad, and for what reasons? You know, there's fans that want to start rivalries and.
Yeah.
Who annoys you most?
Luton, we've just got a thing. Don't like Luton. For some reason, Sunderland, I think they've got fans that think they're a much bigger team than they actually are when they haven't been in the Premier League for God knows how long. They wind me up. And there was a cup game against them 2 or 3 years ago where we got robbed of a quarter-final place. So I can't let that go. And the third one, Cardiff, maybe.
Yep.
Again, a bit of a historical rivalry.
Okay, Michael.
I'd say Cardiff. I think it'd be bittersweet to see Chris Willett go down. I think Luton as well. I think they hate us, and it'd be nice to see the back of them. But I'd say the other team would be Watford. I'll never forgive Troy Deeney when he said it was our cup final when we played them in the FA Cup and Decore scored. So I'd like to see the back of them. I'd like to see them go down.
Okay, brilliant. Right, thank you very much, both of you. Enjoy the game against Sunderland this weekend, and we will catch you on the other side of what could be a famous 3 points. I'm not putting any bets on this game at all. 0, none. All right.